They are putting out the trailer for Gothic right now. I think it just dropped in the announcement, so I'm just going to go in there and watch it. This will be my Gothic trailer reaction video. Gothic trailer's here. Something evil has stepped out of the shadows. King of the End, the prophets long heralded the doom to come, and in the weeks ahead will reveal even more of what lurks within Gothic. Yes, please start the spoiler season. Was it the Child of Light or something? I don't remember. Oh man, they used like hand-painted art for the trailer too. Of course they did. I'm sure these are all cards they commissioned. It's unique written all over them. Good more field laborers, my favorite. Okay. Oh my god, what is happening here? Okay, so okay, let's restart this. Yeah, it was way too loud. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god, they're just dropping a metric ton of spoilers on us. Oh my god, that's crazy. There's so many cards they just spoiled. Whoa. That's some pretty sweet box art. December 5th. Oh yeah. I was gonna say my predictions for the spoiler or the trailer. So unfortunately it was not what I was hoping, which was like November 15th or so was what I really wanted it to be, because then that would mean it would be legal at SCGCon Las Vegas, which is an event that I'm going to soon. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I put this into my video editing thing so that I can actually go through it step by step. So this is my first reaction to all these cards. I have not read a single one of these yet. Open Mausoleum. In ordinary site with Air Threshold Genesis, you may pay 1 to summon a skeleton token here. Oh, that's sick. So it's just a village or a skeleton, which is much worse than a soldier. So this is kind of powered down, but still like the undead nature of the skeletons is going to matter a lot. So this is going to be a card that you're obviously just going to play anytime that you can, and you'll be happy to pay the 1 and make a skeleton. Demonic Contract, 2 mana, elite magic, sign here, and then there's a space for you to sign. Okay. Search your spellbook for any card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle afterwards. Search for any card, put it in your hand, and shuffle? No way. Okay, and then there's a huge box of text that's saying that that's not what this card does. That's really weird. Okay. You may only search for a spell that has rarity lower or equal to a demon minion that you control. As an additional cost to cast Demonic Contract, you must pay 4 life or reach another accord with said demon by sacrificing a coin, egg, frog, gem, goat, rune, treasure, or mortal soul. What the heck? All right, so that's just like a bunch of card types I'm assuming that we're getting. That's really cool. Sacrifice a frog? Oh man, love that. So 2 mana, search for anything. You can only search for a spell with rarity lower than or equal to the number of demon minions that you control. So I'm assuming like rarity equal to means like if you have 1 undead. Is it evil? Oh, it's demons specifically. Okay, this is the first card that's actually cared about only demons. So that's really interesting. So demon build around. Wow. And then you have to pay 4 life, and then, or you can sacrifice some random token. That's sick. All right. I mean, 2 mana tutor for anything. Ugh, I'm kind of worried about cards like this though. I mean, Sorcery has been embracing like the random nature of TCGs, and now they're putting more tutors into the game. That's just really weird to me, but okay. and like the collection is just a tutor mechanic, I'm kind of worried about constructed. I'm worried that I'm not going to like constructed anymore because there's going to be too many tutors. But honestly, we're pretty low on tutors still. I've never been a fan of like wishing out of your sideboard though. For limited, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll grade all these cards in a separate video, but I really just wanted to like look at all of them and react to them. So 4 mana, 1 air threshold for Bound Spirit, 4 power, Ordinary Spirit, 4 mana, 4 power. Disabled unless adjacent to an allied spellcaster? Oof. Right. I mean, your avatar's a spellcaster, obviously, so it can just sit on your site, but then it can't block sideways if it's like forward, I mean. But then at some point you can move forward, and then it's like fine. I mean, it's a 4 mana 4 power minion with like pretty significant downsides, so that's not that exciting. But anyway, let's move on. Reckoning Kraken, 6 mana 5 power, submerge. It's exceptional. It's a monster. Must be cast submerged and cost 1 less for each enemy in its body of water. Okay. For each enemy in its body of water? Okay, sure. Of course, condemnation I talked about already. Shackled Demon, 4 mana, 5 power, elite demon. Disabled until an adjacent spellcaster taps to release him. Okay. So any spellcaster can tap to activate the demon, and then he's just ready to rumble. That's cool. I did see that there's like at least one ordinary spellcaster in air. I think the one that like makes a skeleton, I think, is a spellcaster. Open Grave, Ordinary Sight, Genesis. You may pay 1 to summon a skeleton token here. Oh, really? There's one in air, one in earth? That is really odd. Okay, but cool. Yeah, the only earth card that we've seen care about skeletons so far is the one that pumps all nearby undead, and I'm like really hoping that there's just an earth air undead build around mechanic going on, and that looks like what's happening because now we have an earth 2 mana 2 power undead ordinary Deathrite summon a skeleton token here. Wow, that is really nice. 2 mana 2 power Gravedigger, Genesis, burrow target adjacent undead. You burrow in an undead, so 2 mana 2 power is just fine, and then it has this upside of sometimes it just nabs an undead. Technically, you could kill your own undead or burrow it because maybe it actually has burrowing. That's not going to go up very often, though. This is not optional. God, I wish this was optional. Okay. Yeah, that's really annoying, honestly. I don't know why they didn't just put May on there. 5 mana, 3 power, charge, movement +1. Okay, so we've seen 4 mana, 3 power, charge has been like amazing. Making it 1 more mana, but it has movement +1. I'm not really that big of a fan, honestly, because like normally you can get where you want to go anyway with a charge minion, like you're already able to eat something, so it's a little bit less powerful than just having it be 1 less mana. All healing is half rounded down on a fire site. Okay. There's barely any healing right now, but hey, this is really good against Archimago. Like, this is so much better than Funeral Pyre. Funeral Pyre is not a good answer to Archimago, so yeah, River of Blood, it just sits on the board, like, as long as you've seen 1 and it's exceptional, like, yeah, that's insane. All right. Grief Larvae, 1 mana, 1 power, ordinary monster burrowing. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to this site. End of your turn, deals 1 damage to this site. So you always take 1 off of this. It's 1 mana, 1 power. Enough said. It's not going to be playable. Defiler Spire. Wow, that looks crazy. All right. Unique site, air threshold. Sites occupied by evil have at the end of your turn, you lose a life. Sites occupied by evil. This is an anti-evil card. But then also, if they have evil minions on your sites, then you also lose life. So I don't know what you're supposed to even do with this. Okay, whatever. I'll just move on. Yeah, Death Knight. This is the card I was talking about. Like, this is my favorite build around so far. and it's actually going to have synergy with Earth. Like, it's not just going to be like a random Earth card that cares about undead. Like, there are Earth undead minions and a site that makes undead minions in Earth. That's really nice. Flaming Skull. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I think David, right, is his name, Flaming Skull on the Discord. So he has his own card. Look at that. 2 mana, 2 power, ordinary undead in fire. So this is the second fire minion in undead. That's kind of weird. I was really hoping they'd keep it to 1 or 2 elements. Like I understood like the Hot Wheels guy that we saw earlier in this, the guy that like rolls forward and he's an undead and he's fire. And I was like, it's probably just flavor that he's an undead. Like they just wanted a skeleton on a cool wheel. But yeah, I guess this is just, I mean, 2 mana, 2 power, airborne at ordinary is kind of crazy, actually. Well, I guess it's not. We have bats. We have Swan Maidens. Yeah, I guess it's not that crazy. But Fire Spellcaster, not really going to matter very often, but sometimes it will. Slide. This is a water site. Exceptional. Genesis. Slide all units at land sites in this column 1 step left or right. Slide all units at land sites in this column. So that's this way. Okay, whatever. I don't know what this does. Silent Hills. Ordinary site. Earth. Genesis. Until your next turn, minions are silenced while atop nearby sites. Okay. Sure. Heretic of Seth, 3 mana, 3 power, exceptional mortal. Genesis, steal a nearby ward. Okay, I don't know what a ward is, but 3 mana, 3 power, exceptional mortal. I'm in, and then it has some upside, presumably. Very cool. Cemetery Rats, 1 mana, 1 power. Oh, okay, this is the art that was spoiled recently. 1 mana, 1 power, burrowing. Genesis, discard your top 2 spells. Oh my god. Hell yeah. I was really hoping for some self-mill. I don't know if 2 cards is enough, but I was really hoping for something that milled 3 cards. Okay. Exciting. I mean, it's 1 mana, 1 power, so that really sucks. Like, I wish it was on just a 2 mana, 2 power minion. But, oh no, my face is covering up this card. Redmane Hydra, 2 power, exceptional beast, Genesis. Banish up to 3 cards from cemeteries. If any are demons, this becomes 1 and gains +2 power permanently. Okay, so this must be like 3 mana. Oh my god, it's 2 mana? Is that real? That looks like 2 mana to me. 2 mana, 2 power, and it could just be a 2 mana, 4 power demon at exceptional that banishes cards, which is also upside. Like, wow. I mean, I guess it's not going to be 2 mana, 4 power like on turn 2 ever. So I guess it's not that crazy. But this is like good early. I mean, it's fine early. 2 mana, 2 power is fine. And then it's great late. Like 2 mana, 4 power is just relevant at any point in the game. That's sweet. All right. Gnarled Wendigo. 6 mana, 5 power, exceptional monster. This costs 2 less to cast for each minion you sacrifice at its summoning location. Costs 2 less to cast for each minion you cast. You sacrifice? Oh, all right. I mean, I'm not that sad about a 6 mana, 5 power minion, and maybe you have like some random skeleton token or something and you can get this down early, but for the most part, you don't want to sacrifice your own minions for mana, but sometimes this is going to really be good, so I'm into it. I mean, 6 mana, 5 power is just fine. We've seen that card before. Monster Morphosis, 3 mana, exceptional magic. Disable target nearby minion until your next turn. At the start of that turn, you may transform it into a monster from your hand or a horrible hybrid from your collection. Okay, what does any of that mean? All right, disable target nearby minion until your next turn. That can be their minion, so disable their minion nearby at the start of that turn till your next turn. So at the start of your next turn, you may transform it into a monster from your hand, a horrible hybrid from your collection. I think horrible hybrid is just the 3 mana, 3 power ordinary. That's a demon or a monster. I'm pretty sure if you put this on your opponent's thing, they get the monster, so you don't really want to do that, but you can just use this to, I disable your thing, I attack it, I kill your thing. Or you can disable your skeleton token and then go into your collection and get a 3 power minion and put it into play. And it's transform, which means that that minion can attack immediately. So Definitely risky. It's like a dream quest for a 3-power minion. Pretty interesting though. 2 mana for 3 power. Drowned. We have drowned and now we have drowned. Has submerge, of course. Must be cast submerged. So 2 mana 3 power submerge. Has to be underwater. I guess that's fine. Dreadwing. 5 mana 4 power. Ordinary demon. Airborne. Genesis strikes your avatar unless you discard a card from anywhere, I'm assuming. Wow. 5 mana 4 power airborne. I mean, we've seen that. Like East-West Dragon is that stat line. Of course, that has a bunch of upside. Wyvern is 6 mana 5 power. This might be the only other like 5 mana 4 power minion with airborne. That could be true. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty huge downside. 5 mana 4 power, but you take 4 damage or discard a card. Oh man. It is ordinary though. Guillotine Mage, 2 mana 1 power, exceptional undead spellcaster. Genesis may cast an ordinary magic from a cemetery, banishing it afterward. Wow, so this is Snapcaster Mage. It has to be a magic. Bone Spear we've seen. Desecrate, 2 mana, exceptional magic. An evil ally strikes its site, then may transform it into a desecrated ground from your collection. I think desecrated ground is the earth site, isn't it? So yeah, I looked at all the other spoilers and I don't see a desecrated ground, but I see a consecrated ground, which is the earth site, so there must be an air site equivalent of that. An evil ally strikes its site, then may transform it into a desecrated ground from your collection. Desecrate. Oh, that's very cool. Evil ally strikes a site. I'm not too into that, but then do you steal their site or does it become their site? I mean, it just transforms, so I'm assuming it doesn't actually change ownership. It becomes a desecrated ground, which presumably is kind of a bad site. I don't know. Oh, this is art from like a sample card. That's really cool. So 3 mana 4 power. Airborne. At the start of her turn, you lose 2 life. I think this might actually be what the card said in the sample card. Like, I'm sure the casting cost and stuff might have been different, but 3 mana 4 power, you lose 2 life every turn, so you really have to raise them with this. But 4 power in the air is extremely powerful, so maybe it's worth it. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Crucifix, 3 mana elite relic. Genesis, return each evil minion here to its owner's hand. Okay, not really into that. Evil minions can't enter the site. This is a scarecrow for evil. That's really funny, but Scarecrow is horrible in beta. Obviously, like, no one ever played it. It was like the most last picked card ever. But this one could be legit. Like, there's tons and tons of evil in this set. I'm sure like more than 50% of the minions are going to be evil is what I'm assuming. So maybe, but I don't know. It's possible. I could see it actually being playable. Not a great card. Entombed. Okay. Is this 2 mana 3 power? Must be burrowed. Yeah, must be. All right. Crawler. 3 mana 3 power ordinary. Projectiles fly over crawler. 3 mana 3 power can't be hit by projectiles. Sure, we'll take it. It's not dead. Frozen horror. 5 mana 3 power. Stealth. Break stealth, disable other nearby minions until your next turn. Wow. I love that as a mechanic. Okay, that's really cool. So you can just play this immediately, break stealth if you want to. Disable other nearby minions though? Wow, that's really cool. So you can also play this and then next turn break stealth, disable their stuff, and then kill it with the frozen horror. That's pretty powerful. Cool card. Wow, really awesome designs that they're coming out with. Sphinx Sarcophagus, elite site, no threshold. Genesis, banish 2 identical spells from cemeteries to draw a spell. Oof. That's not really going to see any play in limited. Yep. So anyway, Fields of Vixix. The site directly in front is silenced. So the site is silenced? Who cares about that? I guess this is a constructed card. It gets around like sites that suck to play around. So, I mean, I guess you will play this in limited, and It will hardly ever matter, but all right, that card we've already seen. Road to Perdition. Nice. Exceptional Sight, Fire Threshold, Genesis. Target nearby evil gains or loses 1 power this turn. That's pretty cool. I'm into that. That can definitely matter. Base of Babel. Is it until your next turn? This turn. Oh, okay. Kind of weird. Exceptional Sight, Foundations of Folly. Oh. Wow. Okay. This was also a sample card, I believe, where there were 3 different levels. And it was like, this does something, and then if there's something above it, then it's more powerful. If you have all 3 stacked on top of each other, then it does something really cool. I'm really not thinking that that's ever going to happen, especially in Limited, but let's see. You may build the Tower of Babel by playing the Apex of Babel atop this. Okay, so I'm assuming that means this does nothing on its own. Unless that means that you can play this for free out of your hand, but I don't think so. I think this just does nothing unless you have the Tower of Babel on top. So, Intani Slug, 7 mana, 7 power, ordinary monster. That's it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be good enough. I don't know. Maybe the format's really, really slow. Maybe the monster deck wants to go really slow. I actually have seen a little bit of indications of that. But it's totally possible that the format's fast, and then cards like this just totally fall in their face. So, a little bit skeptical of that. That's Desert. I think we saw this at Gen Con. It's just the 4th Desert. Barrow White. This is a 2-power ordinary undead with burrowing. And it says, pay 2 mana, sacrifice a skeleton token, summon this minion from your cemetery to that site. Okay. I mean, this is a legit payoff. So I just verified this is 2 mana, 2 power burrowing. So that's already good, and then you can reanimate it by sacking a skeleton for 2 mana. That's really nice. Like, you definitely want to have 1 or 2 of these in your deck so that all your skeletons can get this back. We saw that, like, 1 mana, 1 power flying that you can sack skeletons to reanimate it. Like, I'm not interested in that, but this 2 mana, 2 power, like, hell yeah. 3 mana, Searing Truth, exceptional magic. Target player draws and reveals 2 spells. Then takes damage equal to the higher mana cost. This is 3 mana, draw 2. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. So 3 mana, draw 2 in fire. Why is it in fire? That's crazy. Fire's already the best element in like the last 2 draft sets, but okay. And maybe you can just kill your opponent with this. So on average, well, you probably just want to assume that's going to deal 3 damage. So 3 mana, draw 2 cards, lose 3 life. Kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, if you're ahead and you have a Searing Truth and you can just pay 3, draw 2, and take 3 damage, like, that's totally fine. And also, if you're aggressive, you can try to burn them out. So this is an aggressive card draw spell. Wow. Really sweet. Assimilator Snail. 4 mana, 0 power, elite monster. Once on your turn, you may banish a dead minion. Assimilator Snail becomes a copy of that minion until your next turn. Once on your turn, you may banish a dead minion. Oh, a dead minion. Okay. Every turn, you need to banish something new. But that's pretty sick. Assimilator Snail? Oh my god, where did they come up with this shit? That's really, really cool. Archangel Samael. 5 mana, 4 power, unique angel. Nice. Airborne Ward. Okay, still don't know what Ward does. Genesis, players lose 1 life for each evil minion they control or in their cemetery. Okay, so this is the anti-evil card. Because you don't want to be playing evil in your deck when you're playing this, but if your opponent has evil, it just does a bunch of damage to them. I'm assuming Ward 1 is like the first time it takes damage, prevent it or something. That looks powerful. All mortals gone. 3 mana. Kill all mortals. Okay, so that's really cool. So 3 mana board wipe only kills mortals, so you can play this in your undead deck. Assuming that there is a mortal deck in the format, then could see playing constructed, but it's also like a sideboard card, which we don't have sideboards. There's probably no way to wish for a unique. But I could see this being good in cube. I don't know if it's really going to be that good in limited. Yeah. Pretty interesting. Desecrator Kite, 1 mana, 1 power, airborne. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to this site. I think we saw this on another minion, right? It was like 1 mana, 1 power burrowing in Earth that did the same thing. Yeah, not really that into that. Captures Corpse, 2 mana, 2 power, ordinary undead with lethal. Yep, that's going to be great. Necronomicon Concert. Okay, 5 mana, elite magic. Each differently named undead and instrument nearby joins the band to play. Draw a spell for each. Differently named undead and instrument nearby. Differently named undead, so like skeleton is one. Yeah, I doubt this is gonna be playable in limited. Incredible though, like, wow. Roll Morlocks, 3 mana, 3 power, exceptional giant, burrowing voidwalk. Yes, please. The giant, it's kind of strange, but, and that is it. 440 cards, yeah, that's another announcement. They said it was bigger than beta, but 440 is significant. So in addition to being the video, they also gave all of the content creators this link to this Google Drive. So we're just gonna click through this and see what we got. Okay, so this is a booster box. It says Gothic booster box, no shadow. So I don't think we're gonna be able to make out that card, but that looks like a new card. And then Screamer, sure. And then we got Precons. So yeah, these are 4 new avatars. This is the one that we saw for sure. This looks like some kind of like conquistador looking guy. I mean, this one looks the most water to me, but Necromancer makes skeletons, so it must be air. So the thing that people have said is like, oh, they'll probably be single element again, but honestly, I really don't think they're going to be single element. I think they're going to be dual elements. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm hoping this is like earth air, for example, like maybe this is water fire, maybe this is air fire or something, and this is going to be like earth water. That would be really cool. Ooh, they actually do have little names up here. Necromancer. I can't really read that. It almost looks like Desecrator, but Harbinger, nice. And then Savior, I think. Maybe this is the Angels one. Yeah, I don't know what this one says, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, so this is the precon box. Yeah, I was hoping that might be the case. And then some cool art. We got a nice sorcery logo with the Gothic theme. All right. Ooh, okay, that's big news. The booster box has 36 boosters in it. That is fantastic news. All right, I was just about to put this video out, but now it turns out there's a little bit more information, so I'll just go through it. It looks like the precon decks, the one that I couldn't read was Persecutor. So I don't really care what it's named, but anyway. All right, and then it looks like there's some cards that got spoiled elsewhere, I guess on TCG Player or something. So this is an ordinary undead skeleton. This is the token that a bunch of the sites and stuff make. Can't move to defend. We already knew all of this information, but this is like a cool new art. It kind of looks like it might be the promo art, so maybe this will be in like the Dust Store potentially, or maybe like in the booster box in like that little pack that comes with the booster box potentially. Okay, I just found where it came from. So this came from Team Covenant actually. So you get this exclusive foil skeleton promo per box that you get from Team Covenant. Ooh, and then this is the confirmation that I was speculating about. It is 4 dual element decks. So yeah, they are going to be 2 elements. I'm really glad to see that. 36 spells, 16 sites. That's kind of strange. So you need to put 14 sites in to make this legal, and then 24 spells. That's a lot, but I get it. Like, I guess that makes it pretty easy to jam 2 of these decks together, but actually you can't really do that because they're dual element decks. So you're going to be in like 3 different elements in a precon. That's just not going to go well. So really cool though. It comes with this sweet box and I guess a token pack. So I'm assuming the booster box also comes with a token pack. I guess I'll probably get these precons. I'm not really sure. $67 seems like kind of a lot, but we'll see. All right, and then we have I know. 3 mana, 3 power, unique mortal. At the end of your turn, she may take a step between the top and bottom edges of the realm to gain stealth. So if she's in the back row, so you can play her in the back row and end of turn, move her to your opponent's side and she gains stealth. And then I guess you can attack on their side, and at the end of their turn, it moves back to your side. But she can't move between the top and bottom like as a normal movement. It's only this special end of turn thing. I mean, that seems pretty powerful. I mean, in limited, this is going to be fantastic. I mean, it's just 3 mana, 3 power with pretty high upside. And then we have Buried Alive, 3 mana, 2 or threshold, ordinary magic, may be cast by any ally, burrow target adjacent minion. Wow. Okay. So this is like worse than Bury. It has to be adjacent to one of your minions. It can't just be anywhere. It's 2 threshold, but this is still just going to be premium removal. So really glad to see this. I was really curious what they were going to do with the removal because like they printed such iconic removal in beta. Like you can't just print Bury into every set, right? So yeah, kind of cool little take on it. A little bit worse, but still going to be great. And yeah, I guess just in case you didn't see it already, this is the Necromancer from the precon deck. So you can pay 1 anytime during your turn to make a skeleton token once per turn. It looks like that's the last extra thing for me to cover. Another thing I'm really curious about is when are they actually going to put out Gothic on TTS? And also, what is going to be the timing for when they actually spoil all of the cards on Curiosa in the like card image gallery thing? So that's really interesting. I mean, I would really love it if the Wednesday after the release, it's on TTS and we can draft it for the first time. That would be fantastic. I totally expect that to be the case. So if that's the case, that will be December 10th will be the first time that you can draft with us online Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, one day before the US players get to do that, the EU players do a draft. That's 8:30 p.m. European time. So that will be really the first opportunity to draft this online. I'm sure as soon as it's on Curiosa, though, we're going to be starting the league for that month, and we're going to be playing sealed before that first draft even happens. All right, thanks for watching, guys. This was kind of a cool little reveal from Sorcery. I'm really excited about Gothic. Some of those cards look pretty spicy. I think they're going to be pretty playable and limited. Some of them not so much. It looks like there's some good enablers for some graveyard stuff. There's some more hate, which is kind of, we'll see what comes of that. I really hope that there's more enablers and more build-arounds than there are like just random hate cards that are just going to make it so that the build-arounds don't work. That's a balance that I'm really hoping that they kept in check. I will make another video soon as like a Gothic spoilers part 5 and go through all the cards again and give them all ratings for limited play. For now, I just wanted to get this video out because they dropped the trailer and everyone's super excited about the trailer. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more content coming up soon.